WordPress conquered the web by making content creation accessible to anyone. You log in, write a post, hit publish, and it's live. Behind the scenes, however, that convenience relies on traditional dynamic rendering. Every single time a visitor clicks a link, they wake up your server. It runs PHP scripts, queries the database, assembles HTML, and sends the page back. That rigid sequence takes time. Often you wait 500 to 2,000 milliseconds just for the first byte of data. On today's internet, a 2-second delay directly damages search rankings and drives away buyers. Creators are caught in a bind. The CMS that is easiest to use is structurally the hardest to make fast. You see the symptoms of this bottleneck everywhere: failing core web vitals, abandoned shopping carts, and servers buckling under viral traffic. For years, the industry's standard reaction has been to install a caching plugin to try and mask the sluggishness. A caching plugin works by saving temporary copies of your pages. When a user visits, it hands them the copy, slightly speeding up delivery without fixing the heavy machinery underneath. But it's a fragile patch. The moment your site handles dynamic elements, like a shopping cart, the cache is bypassed. All those requests hit the origin server at once, overloading the system. Buying a bigger server or tweaking cache rules doesn't fix the root problem. The architecture itself needs to evolve. We have to look at the two extreme ends of web architecture to find a solution. On one side is traditional dynamic hosting. For a complex web application where every pixel changes for every user, you need that heavy database-driven rendering. On the exact opposite end is the pure static rebellion. Static site generators bypass the database entirely by pre-building your website into a stack of flat HTML and CSS documents. Because the pages are finished before the visitor even clicks, they load almost instantly. But the pure static approach carries a massive penalty. It breaks dynamic WordPress features like shopping carts. And to fix a single typo, the system has to slowly rebuild the entire website from scratch. Creators were trapped in a dichotomy. You could have rich dynamic features or the blazing speed for Google. You couldn't have both. Now a third path has emerged: the hybrid edge. Platforms like Nimbica synthesize the instant speed of a static architecture with the functional brains of a dynamic system. The engine making this possible is the AI-powered incremental build. Instead of rebuilding the entire site for one typo, an AI maps the relationships between your content. When you update a post, the system identifies which pages are affected and updates only those specific nodes, leaving the rest untouched. This targeted update process finishes in under 30 seconds. Those fresh, optimized assets are then instantly pushed out to a global CDN network, ensuring sub-second load times for users anywhere in the world. And those uncacheable dynamic elements, like shopping carts and user sessions, they are handled by serverless Edge API proxies, never forcing a trip back to your slow origin database. Looking at this performance report, we see the measurable results. By eliminating server wait times, this architecture consistently delivers perfect core web vitals and page speed scores. Because public traffic is served entirely from the Edge network, your origin server is completely shielded. You can absorb a massive traffic spike without breaking a sweat. By keeping the origin server isolated, the hybrid edge guarantees crash-proof reliability, all while you manage your content in the exact same WordPress dashboard you already know. Pulling back from the technical details, we can see how the landscape of the web has shifted. Dynamic hosting remains the choice for complex web apps, while simple brochure sites are well served by pure static generation. For WooCommerce stores, agencies, and high-traffic publishers, this hybrid approach bridges the gap, providing sub-second static speed with the dynamic functionality a complex business requires. Adopting it doesn't require a costly site migration or hiring a developer. It operates silently as a plugin right inside your existing WordPress menu. After 20 years of architectural compromise, site owners finally have the luxury of choice. They can now deploy the exact performance engine their site demands without ever being forced to leave the CMS they love.